Hello, everybody, and welcome to Constructed Clash, a video series by the Constructed Criticism team. I'm joined by my best friend, Matt Klein. What's up, Matt?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. We talked about doing these, and then, I always find a reason not to do them. And today I was like, dude, we're going to do it. And I'm excited. And, you and I have talked a little bit about this, and I really want the future of this series specifically on this YouTube channel to be me and you playtesting matchups. Like, we're not coming here as experts in anything other than, our historical expertise. It's really like, looking at something and challenging ourselves to see, like, what we think and then talking about it and just kind of sharing that in video form. Um, and I think that that's just kind of, in a lot of ways, like a more intriguing way to do things than, having to both be, complete experts on the thing that we're bringing in, and it challenges me. I don't know about you, but like to play more decks, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, and if nothing else, it makes it a lot more interesting for me. Like, I definitely like to try new things. So,
Yeah. Well, let's move over. Well, I guess we can talk about it here. So today, you picked Temur Grinding Station. Why did you pick
hmm
that deck?
Grinding Station was a deck that I really liked before, and it seems like it's had some new life breathed into it. Like, it's a pretty different deck than what it once was. Like that, you can see like the absence of Ragavans and things like that. But I'm excited to see what this deck can do. I think that this deck has been really fun historically. Has a lot of different plays, so I like that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm playing Eldrazi Ramp, the green red ramp deck, splashing blue for consigning the memory post board. This is a deck that I planned to play during Modern Season before I just took Modern Season off. So I'm kind of excited to try it out. It is a one ring ramp deck that plays some classics like Emrakul and Worldbreaker, but there's some new ramp spells that it gets access to, and I personally I'm just a ramp lover, so hopefully this one is right in my wheelhouse. Well, let's go over the decks really quick. We'll start with Eldrazi Ramp. This deck plays one Breeding Pool, one Commercial District, four Eldrazi Temple. It plays five Forests, one Kessig Wolf Run, one Shifting Woodland. And that's weird. And MTGO doesn't populate the card for you. Shifting Woodland is from one of those Modern Horizon 3 cards, for those who don't know. Once you get Delirium, you can pay 6, and it becomes a copy of a permanent card you control.
It's only you'll only have to pay 4.
Sorry, 4. That's right.
And it also doesn't include a tap, so you can actually use it to activate depending on what you're trying to copy.
Yep. Stomping Grounds is kind of the last duel with 4 fetch lands. All of the ones in this list are Verdant Catacombs, and then also 4 Ugin's Labyrinth. That's the mana base. We have 4 Ancient Stirrings, 4 Utopia Sprawl, kind of to start our ramp package. We have 4 Talismans. This one has 3 Talisman of Impulse and 1 Talisman of Curiosity. Malevolent Rumble is another new card. This card is reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand, put the rest onto the battlefield, into your graveyard, sorry, and then create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn to kind of keep that ramp package going. And it's got 2 Kozilek's Return as kind of its way to interact. It's kind of goes off with that Malevolent Rumble, goes along with it, I should say, not goes off with it. And then, like I said, it's got 4 One Rings, 4 Sowing Myco Spawn, that's kind of the last of the ramp. 4 Worldbreaker, 4 Kozilek's Command. That can be a lot of things, including a big ramp into kind of your Emrakul stuff, and then 4 Emrakul, the Promise End. And we'll get into the sideboard as we kind of go into those games. But let's pull up Grinding Station, Matt, and why don't you talk to me about this deck?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do the highlights of the mana base just to kind of make it more clear. So we have a Boseiju, we have 2 Scrylands. I'm also playing 1 Shifting Woodland, and then 4 Urza Saga are like the highlights from the mana base. Everything else is just to kind of cast your spells.
Yeah.
Playing 4 Mishra's Baubles, 3 Mox Ambers, pretty stock forever. Mishra's Bauble is like the main way that the deck works. and then having Mox Amber to both make mana and have more 0-drops is really important. It looks like this list is playing a couple of Spell Snares in the main. One Springleaf Drum, one Haywire Might. We have 4 Unholy Heats and 1 Lightning Bolt for our removal suite. 4 Tameo Inquisitive Student, which I'm very excited to try. 1 Thassa's Oracle, 4 Underworld Breach, and 2 Grinding Station as the combo of the deck. And then I'm also playing 4 Malevolent Rumbles, which is the only card in the main deck that we are playing green for. 4 Emery, and 4 copies of the One Ring.
So in perfect modern fashion, we do have 8 One Rings between the two of us.
Well, we also have 8 Malevolent Rumbles, so...
Ew, that's the real broken card then.
Yeah, exactly. That probably needs to be banned.
Alright, that is going to do it, kind of just going over the deck list, and we'll come right back. Alright, so the way this works is we will have 2 game 1s, and then we will have a 3 post-board games. We'll play all 5 games either way, regardless of how bad Matt crushes me today. And yeah, let's get started. I'll be on the play. And let's see here. I don't think that this is a keep. Because sadly, Eldrazi Temple does not cast Talisman.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to go ahead and throw this one back.
I think I'm also going to take a mulligan. My hand is kind of slow. It has an Emery and a Grinding Station and a One Ring and a Saga. If I was on the play, I think Saga might just be a keep in the dark.
Sure.
But on the draw, I suspect that not really having a meaningful play until turn 3 is just too slow.
That's understandable. So we have to put a card back on this. So we are going to keep it. I think that it's a little bit of an interesting discussion. Because we do have Ugin's Labyrinth plus Worldbreaker. And we also have the One Ring as well as Malevolent Rumble. So we can really go pretty fast with this hand. Yeah, I think we're going to put this back.
Yeah, I likewise think my 6 is a bit better. It's still not ideal, but it does have some early game plays. I don't think that they'll be very good in this matchup, but we will see. Worldbreaker. This would have been a lot better for my mulligan decision if you had to reveal that before we started playing.
Okay, tap land. Alright, I don't really see a reason not to do this.
Yeah, the ring seems pretty strong here.
I guess we play around some stuff by tapping it now, but I don't know that it really matters.
No, I don't think it ever matters. All right. Do your worst. I guess we're probably not going to get land destruction this turn. Although maybe we could. I actually don't know how much the kicker on the Myco spawn is. Is it 7 or is it only 6?
I think it's a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one in a colorless.
Okay, so in theory, you could hit me with the Myco spawn here. If you had Ugin's Labyrinth plus pitch.
Okay. Put that into our hand. think I want to pay the life because I'm already gonna pay this life. Oh, that was
And
a reason.
the only
That
thing
was
that
a
I
reason
yeah,
to
I
do
mean,
it.
well, so here's the thing. You could have also just not played the land first, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I think that you could have made that decision once you had information on what you were going to grab.
Oh, this doesn't put this into my hand, does it? It does. Wait, what does it do?
Why wouldn't it? What else would it
It
do?
does do that. Okay. Yeah, I think that the other way was better. Hindsight's 2020.
I mean, yeah, clearly, there's just no way that it wasn't better to wait
Yeah,
until you
I
knew
agree.
what you
That
were
was
going
just
to do.
silly.
Five. I think I'm gonna lose this game almost for sure, but I really doubt that making constructs is part of my winning strategy here. Gonna fend you off as much as I can, but I kept a hand with an Unholy Heat thinking that this would be nice early game interaction, but obviously, the matchup disagreed with me.
Yeah. Okay, so
I guess this is actually kind of an interesting sequencing thing, right? I was thinking that maybe having the One Ring first would have been better because you could, potentially draw something you'd rather cast. But it's not all upside because this is actually getting a land out of your deck, which makes your draws off of the One Ring better.
yeah, I think the more interesting decision is: am I supposed to kill this land now to stop you from haywire miting?
I just can't imagine it. Why would you not kill the Saga?
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
mean, even beyond Haywire might, like, the Saga in play is the only way that I think that I could win the game next turn.
Your own One Ring, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
Hmm. I still feel pretty behind here, being honest. So I think you're probably okay. Making a 1/1 and drawing a card. Or scrying one draw. Okay. I guess the big reason to draw a card on your own turn right now is that Consign to Memory is a card in the format.
That was the card I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm. I doubt if stifling the draw one trigger on the ring is usually the best way to do it, but could come up. Yeah, and this is pretty much what I was expecting.
Hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Not ideal.
Emery. Okay. Alright, let's...
I'm surprised that you are prioritizing your life total there.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe too conservative.
Yeah, it feels like a lot, especially because like this deck has almost no damage in it. Like I'm playing 0/1 or 0/3s and 1/2s. Like I really can't imagine how I could ever deal a meaningful amount of damage.
So we have...
I guess we could have, maybe the math just says that you would die though before you attack me to death. I'm not sure.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still, so we're good on this.
Yeah, I don't. I think that maybe it was maybe better not to actually do that because you're about to control my next turn anyway, right? So you'd get to look through my deck and you could just sack the Saga was already dead.
Yeah, that's fair.
You just get to see my whole deck if you don't do that.
Yeah, you're good. That's a good point.
This definitely leaves me outless.
I think so.
Yep.
All right, now it's your turn on the play. Yeah, it's possible that I was just playing way too conservatively there, but I don't know.
I cannot keep this hand because it has no mana. I will try this hand.
I'm gonna keep this, but I don't know if it's keep. Somebody in the comments let me know if I'm just being a silly Sally. Bubble me, bubble you, bubble loo.
It's definitely going to be Bubble Me. I'm just deciding on if or when I want to play any of this other stuff out. Because there's really no reason to. If like if you were playing a Thoughtseize deck, I wouldn't really care about getting this Thoughtseize. So. Chose red.
I always choose red. I have chosen red 100% of the times I've cast Utopia Sprawl in this deck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in your life. I was like, wow, that's surprising. I guess just Thundering Falls is almost always better than Hedge Maze on turn 1. Oh boy. I have no idea. I think I'm just going to graveyard it, though. I kind of need proactive things.
Okay. Alright, just reminding myself, it's an 0-3, stupid. Whenever it attacks, investigate. You draw your third card, exile it, and transform it. It's a lot of things that it does, Matt Kling.
Yeah. Yeah, I obviously considered that this might be the case, but I didn't feel like keeping the Spell Snare on the off chance that you had Rumble was worthwhile. Yeah, especially because I actually found the Tameo as my last draw, so like I would not have had the Tameo had I elected to keep it.
I don't actually know what's correct here. I assume that it's taking the Myco spawn, but I'm not positive that it's taking the Myco spawn.
I'd say you probably have a good read that I don't have Urza Saga, because I probably would have played it there.
Yeah. Well,
that being said, Myco Spawn does do things for you that aren't necessarily just hindering me, right? Like the ramp is nice sometimes.
Yeah, the thing is I could have taken the Talisman and just played the Talisman as well.
Not sure how valuable sacking off an Eldrazi's token is for playing a Talisman. Kind of feel like the same a lot.
Yeah, that was my thought as well. Sorry, I have to do math now because I'm not used to playing with soul lands in my ramp decks. So if I play Eldrazi Temple, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mana next turn if you don't kill this. Even if I draw, and then if I draw another one, I also have 6 lands. Okay. There are 6 mana, not lands.
Yeah.
We all know what I meant.
2 explores.
2 explores. That's for the boomers in the chat, baby. Oh, sorry. Here, I'll just do this for you. Oh, it's gonna give me priority just because I have this?
If you're trying to use F8 or whatever?
Yeah. Just for, you know, while Matt's thinking through his turn, you know, one of the things that you know, we plan on bringing back eventually is the hand cam for Matt. But
yeah,
I can't believe I got that shame counter. What a shame.
Mm-hmm.
That's rude.
Interesting.
He says.
I suspect I'm supposed to just take none of these. I was looking at a Haywire Might just for clarity. I thought about it, but I was like, well, even if you do slam the One Ring here, it's not even like it's that bad for me. Like I still get to attack with Tamiyo. And actually, if you play the One Ring, I can flip Tamiyo. So, not really the end of the world here.
I mean, my plays are the One Ring or the Sowing Myco Spawn.
Yeah.
And
I actually wonder if there has to be a way. I didn't think about this before, but we used to use Aether Spellbomb to return the Thassa's Oracle. I guess I can always just Unholy Heat it. I guess that's the current method. I'm trying to think of ways that I could actually get the Thassa's Oracle back into play, you know?
Sure.
Because that will be important at some point for sure. If I'm not wrong, that does appear to be my way to do that.
Pain of Life. I do think this is the better play, though. Which kind of sucks, but at some point you just gotta take the hand that you're dealt, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not doing a lot over here. I'm down to 1 card in hand, so... I mean, obviously, I'm gonna probably get to flip the Tamiyo this turn, I'm assuming.
But... Yeah. I don't have a command.
Does command kill based on power?
I think so. Let's look. Collection. Eldrazi ramp. It is. No, it's actually mana value, so it wouldn't even have worked.
Well, if you had 1 more mana, but yeah, obviously not in this scenario. It's a pretty interesting turn, though. So I'm always attacking with Tamiyo, so I'll just do that now.
So many sheen counters. So little time.
Yeah, I'm always gonna draw this card as well. So I could tap the Edge
Probably just
Maze.
attack the Mox Amber, right?
Well, the Mox Amber is going to tap for 2 different colors. It's the same as the Hedge Maze here, once the Tameo flips.
Is Tameo green on the other side?
It's blue and green, I believe. I mean, might be wrong. Maybe it's just the border just tricking me. Interesting draw. Alright, let's just... I guess it's better to play the land first and then flip the Tameo.
Especially if it's that land.
Honestly, that land is a little bit awkward, but I think it is better than my other land. I had a blue-green land I was considering playing, which is why I tapped the blue-green land before, but I don't know. I'm actually pretty unconfident about this turn.
Oh yeah, it is blue green. You're right. You can tell how much Modern Season I played this season. It's like...
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's also not that clear that like the clues in play and the generation of clues were actually worse than what I just gave myself. You know, like I'm not even convinced that flipping the Tameo was good for 2 reasons. Like I just lost all my artifacts, and also
Yeah.
the Tameo on this side is actually not really doing anything for me.
What? Why? Oh, does this shrink it?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like the old Jace.
Read, Spencer. Well, anyway, second main. Oh man,
I played a Kessing second main. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I would have blocked anyway.
I'm sure.
I want this thing in the graveyard, so just doing my job for me, really. Yeah, Saga would have been my assumption there.
I think I'm kind of forced into it. Like, you already have all the mana you need.
You can never really have enough mana in this deck.
Bubble me, bubble you, bubble who?
I can, in fact, tap my Mox Amber for 2 colors of mana currently, so that is... Figured that out. Don't even remember shuffling.
You didn't you shuffle to get the steam vents into play? You're at 17, so that steam vents had to.
I mean, yeah, obviously I shuffled at some point in this game, but I thought that I had I thought that I had bottomed the haywire mark between shuffles,
I think it's
or like after all my shuffles.
I think it's dope that you get a green mana when you get the card. Like,
yeah. It's quite interesting to me that this deck has opted for Tameo over Ragavan. Obviously, there's some definite matchup bias, but obviously in this matchup, the Ragavan would have been a lot better, I think. Definitely agree with the tech and the red sources. Before I just make any decisions here, do you have like any exile-based removal in Eldrazi these days?
Yeah.
Does the Cozy Elix thing exile?
It does, yes.
Yeah. It's honestly possible that playing that out was just way too greedy, honestly, knowing that. Three, 6. It's just definitely going to be lethal, huh?
Yeah, it's like lethal 7 ways to Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
The clip of me saying anyway in second main is like probably one of my favorite things that people could possibly clip in this video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Still not obvious. Which mana do you actually have over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can Keswick for 5.
Currently, yes.
Oh, that's even more awkward.
What?
My mountain got milled.
Oh.
Okay. So trying to control the board, probably not going to work here. I could cast Malevolent Rumble. I'm only left with... I have blue mana at that point, but only blue mana. If I find a grinding station, that would just be the game. Assuming that you have no interaction for it. I guess that's my best bet. I just don't like... So I could obviously bolt one of the Myco spawns, but I only have one red mana, so I can't bolt both. If I bolt the Myco spawn, play the Haywire Might. I mean, maybe it just does buy me another turn. Like, so let's say hypothetically you play another land. I don't think you... I guess Ugin's Labyrinth produces 2 for anything, right?
It does, but I would have to get a 7-drop out of it.
Yeah, sure. So like, let's assume in the worst case scenario for me, you have Ugin's Labyrinth and a 7-drop. So then you'd have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Kessig for 7. I go block, 7 tramples over 2. So that would be... It's only 10 damage, technically. Maybe that's just better.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty unclear, too. The thing is, I only have 2 grinding stations out of 24 cards, so I get 4 looks at it.
How do you stop yourself from dying to the ring?
That is an extra 2 damage, and I had to shock, which I also forgot about already. Yeah, I guess I just have to go for the Rumble then.
And if you had another mana, you could stop yourself.
That actually maybe gives me more outs. I forgot that I could find this as well. Honestly, it's actually probably... That's probably just going to do it, if I'm being honest. Again, we're still assuming no interaction because I am definitely not in a spot to beat anything.
I'm slightly confused here, but...
Confused by what?
How you're going to produce double blue.
I can just cast another Ember. They cost 0.
Oh, you just have another Ember?
Yeah, I have 2 Embers in the graveyard currently.
Well, yeah.
That's how I've been making mana.
Oh, you just don't use the mana from the... Okay, sure. Yeah, that was the obvious answer that my brain did not remember for some reason.
The real question is going to be if I have enough cards. I mean, I could just cast Grinding Station instead. Not sure if that... This might be better for mana. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, let me just go Amber. Oh, I still have 5 cards, but yeah, I can be fine.
And
Yeah,
that,
realizing that I could also win with the Emery, that was just definitely the better play.
yeah. I was just gonna say also just for like the the viewer, like, you know, I knew that the best play was for Matt to go for it anyway, just because like, I knew that his math was wrong, so telling him his math was wrong is much better for like the playtesting aspect of this video, right? Like where we're trying to learn
Oh,
and
for
like
sure.
get
Yeah.
it.
Once I remembered that I chucked in,
Yeah,
obviously, yeah, it was just clearly incorrect to pass the turn at that point.
yeah. So I think
But
that
I
if
think
you're
even if there was a chance for me to survive there, I think it's still better to go for the Micah spawn after realizing that Emery is also a win.
sure. All right, so in this matchup, we're gonna do my sideboard first because we were in the game 3 anyway. So um, I think that uh, I don't know. I'm not impressed with Kozilek's return in the matchup, so that's definitely coming out. I think that Soulless Jailer might just be perfect for this matchup. I don't know your thoughts, Matt.
No, yeah, Soulless Jailer seems great. I looked at your sideboard earlier, and that was the card that like Soulless Jailer, the Stone Brain. Uh, I don't think that Consigned to Memory makes sense.
Yeah, I also was thinking about Consigned Memory, and I thought it might be just kind of wrong for this.
Yeah, Force of Vigor definitely seems good. Trinisphere definitely seems good.
Yeah, but I don't want to. The thing is that I don't want to over sideboard, right? So, like, the question becomes like, how many of different effects do I want? Like, do I need all the Emrakuls? I actually think the answer is no. And then I think the other thing is I could probably board out a Talisman, but I
Sure.
actually don't know kind of the last cards from there.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I almost wonder if it's not worth boarding in the Force of Vigor.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Force of Vigor is a little bit hit or miss. It's true.
So that's how I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
I think Trinisphere, Soulless Jailer, and the Stonebrain are definitely the best cards in your
I
sideboard.
did not board in Trinisphere. Do you think I should have?
I don't think I can win the game with the Trinisphere in play, so I don't know
Well, then I
what you're looking for out of a card.
better board it in. If that's the case, I probably just do this.
I also don't have great sideboard for this matchup either. I'm surprised that there's no like disenchant or way to bounce a permanent or anything like that.
Yeah,
I guess actually, Consigned Memory is actually great for me though, right? Because it actually counters colorless spells as well, so I
Yes,
can
it
just
does.
like counter any card in your deck.
Yeah, mostly.
So I guess if I just play slower, that could be valuable.
Yeah, I could believe that just boarding out all of my interaction is correct. Like, just don't have any.
I didn't get to sideboard. Whoops.
That's okay. Well, I'll be right back. All right. So this hand is unkeepable. So we will mulligan. This hand is.
I think my hand is okay.
What is this hand? Is this hand? It's gotta be a mulligan too. It's Ancient Stirrings, Labyrinth, Emrakul, Sowing, Magospawn, Temple, Command. Maybe it's a keep though.
You have multiple stirrings, no green mana, so you probably have the bottom of stirrings.
Yeah, but I don't have to start on the Labyrinth.
No, you don't. But aren't you like
I'm gonna keep this.
85% to not play Magic at all with that hand?
Why?
Because if you don't, what if you don't draw a mana source next turn?
I can still cast spells.
Okay. Maybe I just didn't hear what the hand was correctly. I guess the command can scry 0 and draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also can, scry 2 and draw.
Oh, you had another. Oh, you had the Ugin's Labyrinth, right?
It's like obviously a risky keep, but I don't know that like going to 5 is that good in this deck.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no experience with it. Obviously, like I'm thinking about, Ugin's Labyrinth is obviously not a great card to mulligan with, but
Is it exactly though? X or less. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they templated it in that way for the obvious situation that we're having right now, right? Where you'd want to get the extra scries, but also want to kill a 1-drop. I guess maybe you're making mana. That's also possible. I know if it was a Ragavan, you'd definitely be killing that.
Is this the theme of the video now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I was definitely hoping for that Tameo to live for at least a couple turns.
Well, I'm glad it didn't. Hmm. Oh, this is actually kind of a hard decision. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this. I don't know if it's right.
Alright, well, again, I think that I can't possibly beat that card, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to not let that happen to me.
Yep. That makes some sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I don't like how agreeable my opponent is, Judge. It's making me feel like my cards aren't doing anything.
Okay, so do I want the Castle of Wolf Run? Or do I want an Eldrazi Temple? So next turn, we have 6, 7, 8. What's 8 plus 5, Matt?
13.
So if I get Eldrazi Temple, I can cast Emrakul next turn. Oh, wait, no. That's not true, because I have to tap it, don't I?
To do what? Sorry, I was thinking about something in my line. I trust your judgment, though. Your math is good, I'm sure.
But if I draw a land, I can cast Emrakul next turn. Okay. Am I dead?
I think so.
No, that's not what I wanted to hear. You're like, I don't really care about your next turn, Spencer, because you're not getting one.
I'm just talking nonsense over there with this whole next turn thing. Ooh, it's like a little bit interesting though. As it often is. Just like very. I think I have enough cards for this. It's just like pretty close.
Isn't this just a true combo? I don't understand.
Yeah. I was just concerned because obviously, like, if you look right now, there's only the Thassa's Oracle and 2 cards in my library, right?
Yeah, but
in my graveyard.
every time you cast.
But yeah, obviously, I'll be able to sack the Amber beforehand, and also I have a Haywire Mite in my hand, which could also add more cards and a One Ring. So.
All right, we all know what's going to happen here. I'll concede.
Yeah.
For brevity. All right, talk to us about your sideboard, Matt.
Yeah, so I like to decide in the 4 Consigned Memories and 2 Force of Negations. The thought being that, first of all, Kozilek's Command, like, I know that you needed it for what you did there, right? But, like, if you'd had a second one, or just even had that one there, when I milled the Thassa's Oracle, like, I just lose the game to it, right? So
Sure.
I think that there are enough things that I can just lose the game to out of your deck that I kind of need to fight for. Like, if the Trinisphere hits play, I also just lose the game. I guess I can potentially Haywire Mite the Trinisphere at least. And the Soulless Jailer as well, right? Or does Haywire Mite only hit non-creature? Yeah, non-creature. So...
Yeah,
Yeah, there's that. I actually, now that we're talking about this, I should definitely have Unholy Heat in the deck over Lightning Bolt for that reason. So anyway, I decided to side out 4 of my 5 removal spells. I had decided to side out all the Unholy Heats and keep in 1 Lightning Bolt in case like the damage from the One Ring stacked up. But now that I'm thinking about this more, Soulless Jailer being an 0/4 means that I probably do want the single Unholy Heat.
Sure.
And I also sided out the 2 Spell Snares. And I cited those out in favor of 4 Consigned Memories and 2 Force of Negations.
Sure. All right, let's go to game number 4.
Yeah, I guess I'll try it. Not sure.
I don't think this is a keep. I think this is a keep. You can counter this?
I was thinking about it. I was trying to, if it made no mana instead, I would, but yeah, it seems like making it make 1 mana instead of 2 is probably not worth it. Okay.
What, you're gonna counter this?
I actually don't think so. I don't think so.
I like to hear that. Other than the fact that it probably means you have a removal spell for it. But
Yeah, we're just confident that I'll eventually draw one. Guess I should. Probably your upkeep is the best place to fetch here. I'm not sure why necessarily, but I'm kind of stealing that from Legacy.
rather than punt it here.
In Legacy, it's definitely incorrect to
Not sure though.
fetch in your opponent's upkeep a lot of times. You may have punted already.
Yeah.
Wild.
I don't know. It's that wild. It's really easy to punt in games of Magic.
Fair. It just feels early.
Holy
It's like
shit.
playing some kind of Urza Saga deck. It's the first time you let me do the thing.
No.
I mean, I guess this is like an argument for Tamiyo, though. It's like you really never needed the Ragavan. In the games where you're winning by damage, it was almost always just Urza Saga constructs. Three Eldrazi spawn. Too many.
Okay. There's no way I have that much mana, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're short. Okay.
What could you be short on? Because even the Emrakul is, because it's an Eldrazi and an instant, right? Is that not a? Is it not actually a tribal spell?
It is a tribal spell.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Yeah, I guess you still are one short. Crazy.
Okie dokie. That'll do her.
That'll do her.
Okay. You bobble me?
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting game.
This is better. I don't even know if this is better. I'm not positive.
I don't know what options we're weighing, so I couldn't say. Probably just supposed to force this. I think.
Wish you didn't. I used all them Eldrazi tokens on that one.
All them Eldrazi tokens.
Sorry, I was changing it to your face. And I put an F2. Excuse me. That's probably not getting edited out, so I really do apologize. Oh no!
Yeah, it's not ideal though. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I think I'm gonna lose this game. I needed to draw a land there. Maybe I'm not though. Maybe it's actually fine. I was really worried about Emrakul for a second, but then I just remembered that.
That I could have cast it last turn.
Well, I knew you could. Well, the casting last turn would have been really bad though, right? With me having the One Ring
Oh yeah,
protection.
that's true. I'm done.
Because then I would just get an extra turn. Maybe it doesn't work that way. Maybe you just get the 13/13. This is that player, so yeah, you probably would just get the 13/13 and nothing else. But what I was thinking was that I have I can counter abilities as well. So I could have countered the extra turn from the Emrakul. What I was thinking.
Now you look golden.
Maybe. My hand's still not very good. I can flip the Tameo, but like I can't draw with it this turn. I mean, it's going to flip whether I want it to or not, so I should just attack with the Tameo first to get the clue. I guess your guy has reach though. I guess if I do attack with it,
I would not do that.
Well, it's only bad though if I care about having the Tameo on the other side, which I'm not sure I do.
That's fair.
Might actually just prefer to have the clue token.
I don't know that. I mean, I don't know.
It's unfortunate that I have to make the decision beforehand, but
I would assume flipping the Tameo is better, but
well, but you also don't know that I have 2 more Tameos in my hand.
Ah.
So like even if I attack with the Tameo to get the clue, or get the clue, tap with the One Ring brick, I can just play another Tameo. I guess it won't flip this turn, but it will flip next turn. The One Ring's kind of getting scary though. Maybe the clue token is just greedy and irrelevant. I'm not sure. Like the Tameo shrinking your team is honestly pretty valuable here with you having no cards in hand. The clue is valuable though. Oh, you know what? I can just do this. I never mind. This just happens in instant speed. Right? Yeah. This just happens in instant speed. So just talking about nonsense. Still a pretty interesting turn, though. I think the Tameo probably almost never lives. Maybe that's not true, though. I'm trying to decide how conservatively to play this versus how, like, aggressively. Mana's my biggest constraining point here. What?
What did you use?
I just... Well, the Tameo only has 1 mode she can use when she flips. It's the plus your creatures get -1/-0.
Got it.
But I had another copy of the One Ring in my hand, basically. Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. I forgot that it even had that text. That card's so good.
It really is.
Wow, that's just a tap ability too. So the cost is so low. I think both of these decks seem really cool, by the way. Like, I know everybody really doesn't like the One Ring dot format, but like, I think that we've played a lot of interesting Magic with the One Ring inside, on both sides.
I actually don't know what is correct here.
Between taking out a land or the One Ring, or I guess you could also take out the Construct too.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting decision.
I don't think you're winning this game by damage. I am winning this game by damage somehow.
Yeah, I also don't think that I'm winning this game by damage at this point. I'd be really surprised if this Construct gets there.
My heart says
Here's the thing, like, I'd be really surprised if, like, in a vacuum, like, I already have 6 cards in hand, right, and you have none.
yeah.
And like I have a lot of the pieces that I would need to just combo off. I think there's almost no shot that I don't combo off with 4 extra cards in my hand.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm considering is the Mox Amber for what it's worth.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of interesting because it exiles. I would have to find another 0, and I have the bauble in my graveyard though, right? So that doesn't actually really prevent that much. It does make it to where my mana is a little bit more constrained though.
Well, it gets rid of the 0.
Well, like I said, I have another 0. It does get rid of the 0 that makes mana though. So like, I think I just have this game locked up though.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Sign to Memory seems really good post board versus me.
Yeah, it does though. Oh, I guess I lost some value on the Tameo. I don't even know if I want to use that ability. It's probably just worse because just takes a card out of my graveyard. I just got to figure out how the mana works. Is all. I have Breach, Grinding Station, and Unholy Heat in my hand. We go red, blue, Breach. Oh, you know what? I don't have a. Oh no, I have a Tameo. We're good. Like maybe I did screw up. It does get a little bit tricky just because I have to do a few things with the. I have to make some more red mana, which is not always easy. I don't think it's an issue though. I think I can do this. That was certainly one of the nice things about having Ragavan before, was that it was a way to make red mana.
Isn't the game just over though?
What?
Do you even need something else?
I need to have the Thassa's Oracle enter the battlefield.
Oh, sure.
Which I think I was pretty much exactly able to do here. It was not like it wasn't close. So just second the drum is just better. Technically, I should play this more responsibly and try to. I guess if you have no cards in hand. Never mind. I don't need to play responsibly at all. Just saying words at this point. Okay, what was I doing? I was casting Monk's Amber. No, I was casting Unholy Heat. Okay. Land. I guess that could have been a way that it could go wrong as well. Like if I had just, I was not paying nearly enough attention to make sure that I had Delirium still. Why?
Come on, Matt.
I'm getting there.
Gotta get those clicks in.
I haven't done this in a while.
And then he casts the One Ring. Oh, no, that's not the right one.
Cast One Ring.
I'll keep this hand.
Yeah, I'll give this one a try. It's pretty interesting. It's quite different than any of the hands I've had so far. Trinisphere. Rude.
It's a little rude.
Yeah, that's kind of what I anticipated. I was just thinking, I'm like, it's also really good that Ugin's Labyrinth doesn't even have to be done on the first turn.
Here go. This is for the bonus marbles. The bonus.
Bonus. It's pretty strong. I've played against this Legacy deck before.
Have you?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Well, what if we just end the suffering quickly?
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. How come this thing doesn't let me get a land out of my deck?
Yeah, why is it just, you know, acid moss on a body?
Yeah. I mean, technically acid moss is a body, right? Or isn't not acid moss, but acidic slime.
Yeah. But acidic side doesn't ramp you.
Oh yeah, this costs 3. Alright, yeah, I'm just dead. Here's the funny part is I actually kept the hand that had playable mana. It's just that the Beseiju in my opening hand is the only out in the whole deck to the Trinisphere. So I just needed to try to draw another land. But so my hand was the hand that I kept was Tamio, Misty, Beseiju, Breach, Malevolent Rumble.
Sure.
So yeah, if I could have just cast the Rumble. But obviously, had I cast the Rumble, I would have used the Beseiju, and then I would have been just completely cold to this Trinisphere. So rather than having an actual out right through that Trinisphere.
So, Matt, you want to talk about Ragavan for a second?
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
No, I don't actually necessarily want to talk about Ragavan. I do think that it is an interesting call. I'm sure that there's a reason, and I'm certain that it's not this matchup, right? Like, I'm guessing that against Boros Energy, you would just rather have Tamio all the time.
Sure.
Which is totally fair, right? Like, Oscillate Pride having first strike, and many other things, like the Amp Raptor also having first strike. I could definitely see Ragavan just being not great in the matchup. So
I think that one of the things that I learned. I mean, I learned a ton just because I haven't played Modern in who knows how long at this point. But I really felt like the ramp deck was better in the matchup than I expected. Like, you do a lot of interacting while you're ramping, which is kind of weird. Like, just the fact that, it's really easy to get to 6 so that you can kick it. Like,
yeah.
And then additionally, like, one of your, like, the land comes into play untapped, so it means that, Kozilek's command is live pretty often, even after you've spent 6 mana, is kind of weird. Kozilek's command is just like an insane magic card. I actually don't even doubt that a deck like this would continue to be playable without the one ring on the power of like that card and the power of like Eldrazi Temple and like I didn't draw a lot of one rings and I was still into most of the games.
Yeah, I would say that the games that you won though, you did have the one.
I mean, I won one game with the one ring and one game without, right?
Both of the games. Well, technically, I mean, you had Trinisphere already. Did you not have one ring in that last time?
I did, but it was kind of irrelevant.
Maybe, yeah, potentially at least. But I guess my point is that like I think I had a lot more freedom about what to do in the games where you were down to low card counts. Like,
sure, that's true.
Consigned to Memory was a lot better when I was like, okay, there's I can use it in this way because there's no more cards in his hand. Like if I couldn't have used it that way, I probably would have let you exile the Mox Amber and tried to figure out a different way. Like if you had 5 cards in hand or whatever, and I had to play around Kozilek's command or whatever.
Consigned to Memory is just another one. I really understand like its importance in the metagame, and I have no idea if I sideboarded correctly. There were 6 more cards that I could have sideboarded, and I'm sure people in the comments can like help you understand that better. But
yeah.
Depending on the future Modern, if I play like another Modern 1K in the near future, this is definitely a deck that would be on my radar if I figured out some stuff for Boros.
Yeah, I think that deck looks really good. Is it supposed to struggle with Boros?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Fair enough. Yeah, it seems really strong. I was impressed at just how fast it comes online. Like, the soul lands are really hard to overestimate.
Yeah, I haven't played with soul lands in a long time, so that was really fun.
Yeah.
That is going to do it. Obviously, as we said, like, we're doing these videos for us to learn more than anything, and to play test and learn about cards and get our magic muscles going. But leave a comment, let us know your thoughts if they're we always take constructive criticism here at Constructed Criticism. So thank you so much, Matt, and we'll see everybody next time with a new Constructed Clash.